say that like it's easy. Why do you feel like you can stop fucking with me? Like, and furthermore, you know, I know it's 7 billion people on this earth, but why do you feel like you can find somebody better than me? Like, it's not gonna happen, babe. Like, I gave you everything. And not only did I give you everything, I gave you everything when you wasn't even in the place to receive it. So I got the discounted version of what I would have been getting. You know, you get what I'm saying? Are you tracking with me? Exactly. So I think now that happened and you played, now I'm just feeling very I'm feeling very like you have to come with it. I'm so sorry. You ruined it for everyone else. I know you don't give a fuck, but they're pissed at you. They're pissed at you. Yeah, you have to come so much harder. I don't even know how else to say it. And I do hate that, because I'm not gonna lie, I see my toxic traits pop up every now and again. I'm not saying that I'm completely toxic. I'm not saying that like, I don't know, I'm just saying I'm not like super toxic to where it's like, bro, I just think like, okay, however, I do think I'm always right. Take that up with yourself, sir. And it's not even like, it don't even be about the fact of like, I don't even know, but I just like, because you know how they say a man thinks logically and a woman thinks emotionally. I'm pretty sure I be thinking the right way. I'm pretty sure my brain only works like in the way that it makes sense. And I feel like most women do. So I really hate that that's like a saying, because what are you talking about? You're lying. Like, they literally do the stupidest shit. I think men think in a way of like, okay, if I, how do I say? Okay, they think like, okay, say it's a situation. They think like, okay, if I do this, then it'll go this way. But I just have to make sure that A happen, because then it'll go this way. But the whole time, you can't predict how this one thing gonna go. Like, so why not just go logically and say, yeah, I know exactly how this is gonna go. Like, it's gonna play out like this. And there's no like caveats. There's no, you know, if Johnny had 3 apples, there's none of that. Johnny has the apple, so now what are we doing? You get what I'm saying? I hope y'all are following me. This is how my brain works, this is how I talk. But anyway, so yeah, so now I don't know. So, but I can see my toxic traits coming out. I can see it clearly. And honestly, I had somebody call me on it the other night, and I was like, oh my God, not somebody, fuck it, not a man who know his worth. I hate that for me. No, I'm just kidding. But I really did like that he kind of stood firm on like what he was trying to say to me. But at the same time, nigga, I'm right. I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to, you know, like, let's just say I was right and move on, you know? But I did like he said, I never thought, well, I ain't gonna lie. You know how girls be like, they want a strict man? I think because they'll be like, oh, he don't even look at females, he don't even speak to females when we out, blah blah blah. That's not strict. I think that is a mean man. And not to say like mean in a bad way, I'm just saying like he just like real standoffish. Like he just to himself, like I ain't gonna say he mean, but if you do speak, he might give you the driest what's up in the world, because he just like, I'm not going. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like a strict man is like he just don't play here. Like he don't play by himself. Like you're not, and it makes you tone that shit down. Like You're not cursing at him. Or let's just call him a man with standards. Anyway, you're not about to turn up on him. If you're not trying to get to a solution, he's not listening. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the last couple of men that I've encountered have been like more strict than anything. And I don't know, I feel like that's what I need, and that's why my toxic traits be coming out, and I recognize it because they be like, yeah, nah. And so like, yeah, I love that for me because I do need that, but at the same time, like, do you need that? Yeah. I just came on here to rant about anything, but really my relationship status that I'm not in a relationship. And that's why I was kind of nervous to just talk about like being single on Valentine's Day and stuff, because I'm not gonna lie, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not no lying ass bitch, okay? So I do have people like that I'm messaging and stuff. Guess you would call it talking, but I don't consider it that. But yeah, so I do have people that I'm communicating with, that I'm entertaining, we'll say. I do have that, but I don't think any of it is at a serious point, like any of it. And that might be 70% my fault. But I'm cool with it because I don't know, like I feel like I'm just now, not just now, but I'm getting back to like I was trying to think and remember about the healed version of me, right? And I was like, dang, when was the last time I felt like I was like truly healed? Like when I remember, and not just like healed from life period, which I was, I think, at that time too, but I mean healed from just like relationship trauma and all the stuff that I had been through. I was like, dang, when was the last time I was like healed and didn't feel like this? And I came up with the answer of like, I don't know. I will say the beginning of summer this year, I felt that. So like 24, so maybe like May 2024, I felt like, okay, like in the space that I was in with like being single and being healed and stuff, I'll say then. So I'm like, dang, I feel like I need to get back to that. And like I said, yeah, it is people on my line, but I feel like, honestly, if a man is not going hard enough to like, if a man is not going hard enough for me to be like, oh, I might need to like really like pursue this, like I might need to actually consider this, then that's why I feel like I'm in the frame of like, yeah, I'm talking to people, but it's not no pressure for real. Like, they're not asking about dates. We're talking throughout the day, but it's not like we're talking about real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like life is so real. But I think that's the lover girl in me too. Like I said, I just like love. And when I'm in love, I want to know everything about you. I want to know everything about you. I want to know how you feeling today. I want to know like why you and your mama don't get along. I want to know why, I want to know why you and your baby mama act like that. What's that relationship like? I want to know. I need to know every piece of you. And I can't help that. That's just how I am. Like, we in love. I feel like when you in love, you cannot tell me nothing about my man. When I'm in love, you cannot tell me nothing about him. Like, I know him. I know. And when I know you so well, it's like I know what you're going to choose. I know how you're going to move about a certain situation. Like, I just know him. And I think that's, like, the purpose of a relationship. Like, especially marriage. But we're not even going to talk about it. But the purpose is, like, I got to know this person. And I really fuck with them so heavy that I can make decisions for them because I know how they're going to move already. Like, that's marriage shit. But, like, for real, I feel like if you're going to be in a relationship, that's just what it need to give. Like, it need to give that. You need to give that I don't play with you because I know how you're going to react about this. Like, it need to give, that's my person. Like, I could go any store. I know what they're going to choose. If, like, they just text me I'm hungry and I was already going to a place, I'm just going to get them what I know they'll get from this place. Like, that's just how I am. Like, that's just what I want to know. I want to know everything. Like, I want to know, like, you can, when I say I be so in love, like, you can't tell me that. I know that's social. I damn near know your mama's social. Like, what? What is going on? But I feel like, I don't know. So I'm not taking nothing serious right now. But also, like I said, it might be 70% my fault because I was closed off for a while. I ain't gonna lie. I was closed off for a while. So, you know, I would get it if, you know, you don't think I'm serious. You think I'm bullshit. I would get it. I would get it. But, I didn't even get to tell y'all about this one situation I was in. Oh, my God. But that's how I knew. I was like, okay, after the last shit I was in, I'm not going through none. I'm not doing the most. I'm not doing the most. I'm telling you. But, like I said, I can see my traits popping up at times. And I'm like, okay, girl, how do you, like, picture yourself in this position with this man? Is this position you really want to be in again with this man? No. So, I'll be like, so if I feel like, so this one, he was a young tenderoni, right? But he was so, what's the word? He was so hot-headed. He was so hot-headed that I knew in my Baltimore voice, I knew that he would take me back to a person that I'm not doing, especially now that I got little. Like, and that's why I try to control myself now too. But, like, I used to be a swinger. Like, you piss me off, I'm swinging. We will fight. Like, I don't care. I never care. When I saw, like, how he moved, so I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. He's too hot-headed, and I know how I am. It's not gonna work. So it was like, but we were okay. We were okay with, like, getting to know each other and talking deeply and just being connected. So that was kind of like, I was like, okay, I can see, looking for the potential. I could see the potential in him, but this other part of him, I hate it. Like, I hate it so bad. Like, he go off the deep end fast. He, like, and I'm not gonna say, I'll say he was strict, but I also think, like, he was very, I don't want to say mean, because he wasn't a mean person, but I think he just carried around so much trauma and just so much anger for, like, how his life went or whatever. And, you know, I don't think he really went down through that to feel that out and, like, figure that shit out yet, because, like I said, he's young. So, but I feel like he has so much of that in him that any little thing just sent him off the deep end. So I knew then, like, baby, just go on, let me off this ride. And I think after our last argument, And mind you, we, like, when I say argument, I can't even tell you what it was about, like, deeply what it was about. But it was bad. Like, I had blocked him, and he was, like, calling me bad. But he had this thing, and that's how I knew, too, because, like, you playing with a whole nother level of me. But he would threaten to, like, come to my house, do stuff to my house. Like, he would threaten to do that, and I was like, bro, can we literally not do this? Like, and it fucked with my anxiety bad. And so I had told him this multiple times, like, when we get into it and how hot he is, like, it fucks with my anxiety. But he didn't have no gun, right? Because his hot-headed ass was on probation. So he didn't have no gun. So, hold on. So, our last argument, I think, like, the day before that, he had went and got a gun. And how hot-headed he was, I was like, yeah, no. Here you go. Thank you. I was like, yeah, no, because I don't have time for this. Like, I genuinely don't have time for this. And I knew, like, that's not love. Like, that was the thing. Like, I knew in my head, like, this is not love. This is, I don't even know. I feel like we were trauma bonded more than anything. But, so I was like, this is not love. Like, oh my God, this man is going to end up killing me. So then we had our last argument, and he just did the most, and so I blocked him. And like I said, he was calling, but I just went radio silent. Like, I didn't engage at all. So then some people was telling me, like, oh, he moved or whatever. He left. So I was like, okay. So, I think he had wrote me. I think he had wrote me on Instagram. So it was like in my message request or whatever. And so I was like, let me just see what he said or whatever. So I looked at it, and he was telling me he had moved or whatever. And he had, who is it? Why is it saying like that? He had told me he had moved or whatever. And I really wanted to know the answer to, like, why he had moved or whatever. So, I think I ended up calling him on his phone. And we had a long conversation about it. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I blacked out. So I had to leave. And I was like, what did that mean? And yeah, so I ain't going to tell you what he told me. But just know, like, his anger issues really got the best of him. He told me what he told me. And that was it. But, and I think I might have talked to him. Oh, no, he told me when we was talking in that talk, he was like, I don't get angry like I used to. He's like, for real, after I did that, it made me realize, like, my life could be over in a blink of an eye, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I'm doing better. He was like, I'm not even lying. Like, no shit that you could do would piss me off or anything, like, for me to turn up again. And I was like, okay, whatever. Y'all, I kid you not. I think I might have went to sleep that night, and then I didn't hear from him no more. And then the next day I might have, like, not text him or something, or I was at work and it was busy or something and I couldn't talk on the phone. Don't you know this man like turned up on me again in my phone, like blowing me up, calling. So then the only message that he sent said, to be real, you can go ahead and lose my number. Anyway, cool. So yeah, now I have to go in here. Hopefully I remember what we talked about a little bit. But yeah, so I am in a very good season. I'm in a very good season, and yeah, like, I don't know, I'm not sad or nothing like that. So anyway, y'all, love y'all. I hope y'all listen to this, and I hope you follow my brain and how I think. If not, it's okay. I still love you.